Okay, hi everyone, Daryl here. So this is another Ask Us Anything question, and so for this week, the question is actually from a few people have been asking us this question, but just pick one that this client actually articulated it very well. So could you discuss the investment potential of areas like RE, Phahon Yothin and Ladprao? Okay, so if you guys are familiar with the whole Bangkok rail network, right? RE, Phahon Yothin and Ladprao are after Payatai area. So after like when you're coming from let's say Asok, then when you take Asok, the BTS stations down all the way to Siam, where Siam Paragon is. Then after Siam Paragon will be Ratatouille. Then after Ratatouille will be uh, Payatai. Then after Payatai, a few stations up will be Ari. Then you reach Mochit. Then you can change over and then to the MRT line. You can get to Phahon Yothin and Ladprao. So Phahon Yothin and Ladprao is on the MRT line. Then this area recently has been getting a lot of interest. One of the main reasons is because of the high-speed rail that's going to come on board. But let's discuss more in detail about the investment potential of these areas. Okay, so on the BTS line, right, we're talking about places like Ari, Sapang Kwai, Mochit. Then on the MRT line, we're talking about Bangsar, Kampeng Pet, then Phang Yotin and Lat Okay, I don't know why, but okay, I don't know why, but yeah, in Bangkok, right, there are many spellings to the same thing. So like Ladprao is Ladprao to me, but then on the MRT line, right, they spell it as this. Okay, so it's actually the same thing. Okay, so what's in the area? There are actually prominent public and office buildings. So there's like Exim Bank, headquarters of Government Saving Bank, headquarters of Kasikorn Bank, head office of Kasikorn Bank, AIS Tower. Then there's a 25-story Pearl Bangkok. There's a 35-story Ari Hill. Then a 24-story SC Tower. So then in the pipeline, right, like there's this mixed development called the Rise. Then there's this Vimuti Hospital by Pruksa, which is one of the largest developers in Bangkok. Yeah, so these are the area is not say like Sathorn or Silom, but then there are still a lot of like headquarters of banks. Then there are a lot of office buildings, and there are in the pipeline a lot of things that are coming on board. So you may ask, why is it that this area is getting so much interest, and the developers are coming in, people are investing in this area, a lot of interest. So why is that so? So let's understand. I think the main thing that is going to happen, right, I actually pull this image out from Bangkok Post, so I've got to give credit to them. But it's about this thing called the Bangsar Grand Station. So if you're not familiar about Bangsar Grand Station, this is actually going to be like a transport hub. So this area is going to convert into like a huge transport hub. Uh, there are going to be 24 train lines that will run out from Bangsar Grand Station. They will actually reach out to the rest of Bangkok and over to other cities in Thailand as well. Then the grand plan is that this is going to be the Bangkok is actually the center from where China is. So they're going to have a station at Kunming, which means that in future there's you're supposed to be able to get up from Bangsar Grand Station and then take a train, and then it will bring you all the way to Kunming. And the plan is actually to have a connecting train that can bring you all the way down to Malaysia, then after that further down to Singapore. So if you see the map, right, Bangkok is actually quite strategically situated right in the center of Southeast Asia in reference to where China is. So if let's say you see like China, then the tip of Southeast Asia is Singapore. I mean, Indonesia, you can't get there by train, but if let's say you want to reach to Singapore, right, then Bangkok is right in the center of China and Singapore. So the line will actually run through the whole Southeast Asia. So let's understand this Pan-Asia Rail network. There's actually going to be a central route which will go from Kunming all the way, and after that from Bangkok, then you go to Kuala Lumpur, then go to Singapore. So of course the Kuala Lumpur to Singapore portion, right? This portion here, this one is still under debate whether I think it's delayed. So recently Malaysia had a change in government, then the Malaysian government currently decided that they would like to delay, and then Singapore acceded to their request. So this portion is actually delayed. The rest, right, is it's already work has already started, and the Bangsar Grand Station is already there already, so it's almost completed. So there's going to be like there's 3 routes that will lead all the way to Kunming. So one, right, you go by this side, and then the other one will go down to like Cambodia, um Vietnam as well. So this portion, right, goes through Vietnam, then this one, these other 2 areas. So there are 3 lines that will go all the way to Kunming. This is actually the Pan-Asia Rail network, and the Chinese, they are banging on this to connect the whole Southeast Asia to China as well. So this is actually the greater plan, and then Bangkok just happens to be strategically situated right in the center, and where the Grand Station is, right, is actually this Bangsar Grand Station. So it's in this area which we are discussing now. Okay, then a few things. There's going to be an extension of the green BTS line, an upcoming yellow line. Then things that are happening in this area are like the Chatuchak Weekend Market, Central Ladprao, which is one of the largest central mall in Singapore, in Bangkok. Then this Union Mall. So if let's say you got any, the ladies should be quite familiar. So other than Platinum Fashion Mall, the next mall which I can think of, which you want to get all your wholesale clothing, right, it's actually Union Mall. Okay, so let's actually take a look at the maps. Okay, the frustrating thing about Bangkok, right, is that the maps, right, this is actually the map that I use, but it's not exactly accurate. So actually where we are discussing, right, is actually this portion here, whereby it's Ari, then come up to Sapang Kwai, Phahon Yothin, Ladprao area. So this whole area here, okay, this whole area here will benefit from the Bangsar Grand Station. So Bangsar Grand Station, right, is actually one station away from Kamping Pet, and then another station away from this Chatuchak Park. So this Phahon Yothin is supposed to be here. It's supposed to link up. Later I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so Bangsar Grand Station is going to be massive, and there's not going to be like residential buildings which are super close to the train station, because the train station spreads out pretty wide. So the next best thing is actually to get to Kamping Pet, which is where the Chatuchak Weekend Market is. So if you guys are actually wanting to go to Chatuchak Weekend Market, right, I always tell people, you don't stop at Chatuchak Park. You stop at Chatuchak Park, you're not in Chatuchak Weekend Market. The way to get to Chatuchak Weekend Market, right, is actually to stop in Kamping Pet. So when you come out Kamping Pet, right, you're right in the center of Chatuchak Weekend Market. You just come out, right, of the MRT station, right, then you step out of the MRT station, you're already in Chatuchak Weekend Market already. So in future, please use this station to get to Chatuchak Weekend Market. Okay, and then so I'm going to show you this other map, right, which is actually more representative of the, let me see. Okay, this one also can. So it's actually by the Metropolitan Rail Transit. So here, this is actually Chatuchak Park. So this is actually Bangsar Grand Station. Then the next station is Kamping Pet, right? Then here Chatuchak Park, you can connect to Mochi, which means that the MRT line and BTS line, the interchange is here. So just now my map was a bit wrong, because this is actually Ladprao intersection. So where the current central Ladprao is, right, if you go there currently, you can actually see a BTS station which is already there, and waiting to be operational only. It will be operational later in this year. So now currently the BTS line, right, on this line, you can actually see that they've actually extended on this side. So after now, it doesn't end at Samrong anymore. It ends at KH, I think, or something like that. So it's actually all the way here. Can't quite see because it's a bit blur, this image. Okay, but anyway, right, you want to know about this station here, which is actually Ladprao intersection, which is actually where I think that there's going to be a lot of residential developments because and coming up, and then there's a lot of interest here. So as it is, right, if you actually go to central Ladprao, it's actually very, very congested. It's actually one of the most congested areas that you can go in Bangkok. And if you go and ask the local Thais whether Ladprao is a good area to stay, right, they'll tell you that there are ample amenities there. And later I'll actually show you, right, that if you take a look at current rental prices against the sale prices, right, then you see that actually the area in Ladprao, the yield is actually relatively healthy rental yield. So people are getting about 6 odd in this area, when actually if you buy in central Sukhumvit area, then you're getting just about 4-ish. Then after, if you go and buy the super luxurious ones, then you're getting maybe like 3 or sub 3, but that is a different play altogether. Some of the really wealthy investors, right, they're not there to invest, they're there for capital preservation. So as you know, recently also the baht has been very, very strong, and we foresee that moving forward, if everything goes well, then that's going to continue as well. So so this area, right, this area where the yellow line is coming up, in I think 2021 or 2022. So this line is already under construction, and it's in progress. There will actually be a interchange at Ladprao. So this Ladprao will bring this yellow line, right, and it will bring you to this airport railing. So actually this portion here, if you guys have taken the airport railing, you will realize that it's actually very congested. Everyone uses the airport railing to actually go back home. So like at Rakam Hang, at Lat Cabrao, there are a lot of people who need to travel along this airport railing, and the only way that they can get to this airport railing, right, is for them to travel down to Pekburi, and then after that change over to Makassar, or they go to Payatai. So that's why Payatai is another place whereby we've been actively recommending to investors to take a look at this area. But now there's a lot of interest in the Bangsar area. Okay, so the Japanese, they are actually coming in. The Chinese are also coming in. So I will start here. So the Japanese, right? They actually there's actually wait, let me see whether I can get this article out. Okay, so actually the Japanese Bank for International Cooperation, they are actually financing this high-speed rail linking the airports, and then as well as the Eastern Economic Corridor. So if you Google about the EEC, we have a separate video presentation and a separate article on the Eastern Economic Corridor. Then you understand that these are places whereby Thailand is opening up to the rest of the world. There are concessions and benefits, and they are trying to push for more open trade in these Eastern Economic Corridor locations. And then one of the smart cities is actually this city called Chachoengsao, and then the Japanese are actually financing this Bangsar Grand Station to link up to that city, which is part of the Eastern Economic Corridor. Then next thing, right, is that the Chinese are also coming in. So you see the Japanese and the Chinese heavily financing this whole Bangsar Grand Station project. So you actually slowly you will see that Ladprao, as it is before the Bangsar Grand Station, was already quite a popular area. But what's going to happen is that it's going to get even more popular. Okay, So this is Bangsar Grand Station, and so some people they say, okay, maybe I can buy one station down at Thao Pun, but then you're on the purple line and you're on this blue line, whereby this area is actually a bit less developed. But if you take a look here, right, this has been traditionally quite a good residential area, all the way from Ari all the way to Lat Personally, for people like myself, we've been in Bangkok for doing business and dealing with properties for a substantial period of time. We ourselves do not go to places like Siam or Chitlom, uh, because they are a bit touristy. So what we like to do is that we like to have our meals and all that at different areas. And Ari is actually one of the places which uh, I personally frequent, and I do go to Central Latprao as well. One of the main reasons I don't like to go to Central Latprao is because I don't really like crowd, and then Central Latprao is really really crowded. But that is one of the main precursors for people to invest in property. The main thing is that there has to be demand. Okay, so let's take a look at uh, okay, maybe I just scroll down and show you guys where on the Google Maps. So if you don't know, right, we actually have a Google Map that's located. I just turn on the train line so I can show you like in future where is it. Okay, so this is actually okay. A lot of people, they'll be familiar with Siam. So Siam, right, like I mentioned, when you turn around the bend, then you get to Ratatouille and Payatai. So we've always mentioned that these are like really really prime city fringe areas, but it gets a little expensive down here. So what happens is that now a lot of interest is over at this area called Ari. So Ari all the way, right. So can you see Ari, right? Then here there's a Bangsar police station. So this area is actually Bangsar already. Okay, so Ari, then Sapang Kwai, then from Sapang Kwai you get to Mochit. But down here, right, there's this Kampeng Pack here, and then you see Bangsar is here. So this Bangsar Grand Station, right, you can see on the map, it's already like this, this whole thing. Okay, so the Bangsar Grand Station is actually very very close to Chatuchak Weekend Market. So if people are asking you like whether Chatuchak Weekend Market is just for shopping, you know there's going to be huge development here. Bangsar Grand Station is a big thing. Uh, it's going to take over as the largest uh, rail station, right, in the whole of Southeast Asia. Now currently that title is held by Kuala Lumpur, but Bangsar Grand Station is going to overtake it when it is in operation, and it will be in operation 2021 January. So where we are speaking of, right, is around here. Sansiri has a project called the Line Phahon Yothin Park, which is here. The central Latprao is here, right, and the station Latprao intersection, right, is actually here. Okay, so it's here. If you go to central Latprao, you see just above, right, you can see the station is here. Okay, so what happens is that this portion here is the connection, then this here, right, they will connect this to this. Then this is the interchange between the blue MRT line and the green BTS line. So this one travels above ground, this one travels below ground. Okay, so this area is the area whereby if you take a look, right, this is the Bangsar Grand Station. Okay, this whole thing. Then on the west of it down here is Thao Pun. So if you go to Thao Pun, right, you realize that it's not as congested, not so many things, not so many amenities. But once you come down here to like JJ Mall, Chatuchak Weekend Market, then after that you come down to Phahon Yothin, and then you see Central Latprao, you see Union Mall, right? Then you realize that down here seems to have more uh, activity, more people are hanging around here. You will realize that the dining establishments in Central Latprao are really very crowded. Okay, so let's take a look at Okay, if you guys don't know, right, I think we should have a video that has already come out or is going to come out. We actually explain what are the popular um, portals that you guys can take a look at. So this one, right, is DD Property. I actually did a search on Phahon Yothin MRT station, and then I want to see like a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, right, around there, right, how much does it cost? So a 1 bedroom here, right, let's say for uh, like condo for rent near BTS Mochi or like the line Jatuchak, then the 2 bedder is going for like 55,000. So generally a 1 bedroom, right, goes about 22, 25 all here. Okay, this one is a bit cheaper, is further off. Okay, and then it's older also. So the newer condominiums, right, like the line Jatuchak, right, is a bit more prime. Okay, but if you ask me to stay at the line Chatuchak versus the line Phahon Yothin Park, right? Personally, I will choose the line Phahon Yothin Park because the amenities there more comprehensive. So you got I think it was Tesco or something, which is quite near the line Phahon Yothin Park. Then across the road from Tesco is actually the Central Plaza Latprao. Okay, so this 1 bedroom, let's take it as 25,000. So if you take like 25,000, right? Thai baht, and then after that you multiply that by 12. So your annual rent is about 300,000. You take it and you divide it by maybe just about 5 million, which is about 6% rental yield. But that's gross yield. So you're getting about 6% gross yield if you buy a 1 bedroom about 5 million, and then after you rent out for 25,000 a month. Okay, like I mentioned before, right? The prices here, they are um, some of the agents, they put really really low prices to try to entice people to call. Then call already, right, then they will say the unit taken, and then ask you to try to rent another unit, but that's the way they conduct their business. We got nothing to say also. But so what you can do is that you can actually take a look and see on the average, or maybe like 60 to 70% of the listings, the 1 bedroom is about 25,000. That is good for you to maybe take a slight haircut. Maybe just say, don't say it's 25,000, say maybe 22 or 23,000. Then when you multiply, right, the yield is still about 4 plus 5%, 5 plus percent. Okay, then maybe that is something that you can look at. So actually, if you go and see the rental yield or the rental prices for places uh, at Latprao area, right, Phahon Yothin, Latprao, Mochi area, they are not low compared to the rest of Bangkok. You'll be quite pleasantly surprised if you are looking for a property here. Okay, so that's all from me. Okay. So just to recap, right, just take a look at the current rental rates. They are actually pretty strong. Then Latprao is actually one of the, if not the most densely populated residential area, one of the most densely populated residential areas in Bangkok. The Bangsar Grand Station actually opens in January 2021. So you expect that once the Grand Station opens, then more people come on board. The Chinese also will be demanding more properties there. The Japanese are doing things in the area also. So when the Bangsar Grand Station opens in January 2021, then there will be more and more demand for properties in this area. There should be more and more demands for properties in this area. Then testing on the Bangsar Grand Station actually starts middle of 2020. So you can actually go to Bangsar now, and then you can actually see the Grand Station is already up already, almost completed. So just need to take another 1 more year, then they will start. They will commission testing. Then after testing, then they will allow the trains to run. So that happens in January 2021. They actually delayed. Supposed to open in October of 2020, but then they delayed it. So they also delayed the testing. So I guess just a couple of months more. Okay, so if you guys are keen, right, we have quite a few projects in Ari, Phahon Yothin, Latprao area, um, from various developers. But yeah, this area is actually one of the more popular areas now, and a lot of people have been asking us. So I hope this actually gives a very brief overlook of how the area will turn out to be. And if you guys have any questions, right, you can just always contact myself or my team. Our contact numbers should be all over the website or YouTube videos. Uh, we'll leave some contact numbers and email addresses in the description below. So yeah, if anything, just contact me, and I'm Daryl, just signing off, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.